Hey guys, Hexagon here. Just gonna record a quick 2TC English build. This is mostly a review. This hasn't changed for several seasons now, but I have seen people trying out English again. And of course, English is still a very popular civ, especially in lower leagues. And 2TC is just probably the most standard, easiest way to play the civ on most maps. So I just wanted to show what I think is the most optimal build order for this, because I've seen very late second TC place timings, and with this build you can place your TC just before 5 minutes. So let's get right into it. Okay, so you start with 6 on your sheep as normal. One thing you should do, if you can, is move them close to the TC and then maybe spread a couple of the workers to kill a couple of the sheep that aren't being gathered, because when you click them initially, they're all gathering from the same sheep, and then they'll do the animation. So it's better to spread them if you can. And at this point of the game, you're not doing anything except moving your scout, really. So just try to do that. Then you put 2 on gold as normal, and you build a house with your next gold worker. I like to use one of my food vills to shift click a house, like this. Right? You saw that this just appeared. And then I rally this one to build this, and then these 2 stay on the gold. Just getting around the map, doesn't really matter. Okay, I can speed this up a little bit. So you have 2 on gold, then you go up to 9 on food. Just go through this really quickly here. It's very standard, nothing special. So go up to 9 on gold here, food, sorry. Now, what you want to do after 9 is you want to start rallying to stone. Like this. Just waiting until we have enough for age up. Boom. Okay, so let me just slow down here a little bit because we're about to hit that. So keep rallying to stone. You want to age up with your gold vills. Maybe just build it here or here, whatever. But don't walk a long way. There's no point. So I just build it here. Doesn't really matter. It's safe enough. Okay, so then from this point, you pull 2 more until you go up to 4 on stone. Right, first. Then you go down to 4 vills on food. This is standard, which means you pull 3 onto wood. Now you can chop the straggler trees, but that's a mistake. It's less efficient. Just build a lumber camp and send your workers to the wood. Build it with 1 worker and task the other ones to the wood. Like this. Don't build it with more than 1 worker. That's a mistake. Okay, then you rally until you have 8 on wood. Let me just speed that up. Nothing special going on here. The key is to have 4 on stone, not 5. 5 is too many. The only reason you would go 5 or more is if you are expecting an early harass and you need to get the stone first and you want to pull them back, but it's less efficient, so just do 4. This is the most efficient type version of the build. Okay, so you go up to 8, 4 on wood and stone here. Then here you can choose. Sorry, you rally 1 more to stone after this, so you have 8, 5. Because the idea is you want to build the TC with 7 workers. These 5 plus the 2 gold workers. Okay, then after this, I usually just go back to food. It doesn't really matter from this point, honestly. You can go, if you are expecting a lot of harass, you can go back to wood so you get more wood to get your production buildings faster. Say you're against French. I mean, against French, you might even want to build barracks first before building the TC, to be honest. But, I mean, it's up to you. Okay, so you pull these workers off here, and you see that I already have enough to place this at the 5-minute mark. I've already placed this and I've started building this. This is probably one of the worst possible locations for the TC. Not in terms of the actual locations. It's great in terms of where it is, because I can just wall this, right? But in terms of the fact that it's very far from the stone, and these stone workers have to walk a very long way, right? They have to walk all the way across the base. In that sense, it's slower than normal, I guess. But you could see that the TC actually placed at 458 or whatever it was. If you do it properly, 455 is possible. Obviously they have to walk there, so it's not actually 455, but you have the resources ready at 455 is the point. And then from there, obviously from this point you have to decide what you're doing. Are you going to make units and defend and go feudal, or are you going to rush castle and add a white tower, or maybe even a king's palace, depending on what you're facing? Obviously you have to decide, and then you have to macro accordingly. If you're going to fast castle, you pull these workers off of wood because you don't need them on wood. If you got few sheep, or it's a map that doesn't have that many sheep, then I suggest chopping up to 350 wood here, and then using these workers to make a ring of farms, because you need about 350 wood to make a mill and 8 farms is English. So that will delay your castle age up timing, of course, but you'll have safe food. Because if you run out of food, then you can't go castle anywhere, and even if you get to castle, you won't have any food, so what's the point? And if that's the case, then just maybe go up to 10 here and have 2 left over, and then pull 8 off or something like that. But in any case, once you get the TC up here, one really important thing to do is to... Now, I start sending my scout across the map here, which is kind of a mistake. I mean, I ended up pulling it back here because I realized this, but ideally, you would think to do this first, and you set up the campfire first before you send your king and your scout across the map. You should remember to do that. I didn't do that, so that's a mistake. But so long as you do that before the king comes, that's fine, right? Because you want to send the king with the scout anyway, probably. And then you just harass. Okay, this part doesn't matter at all. Yeah, and then from here you can see that I've got like mostly on food and then 7 on gold. I think 7 or 8 on gold is probably correct. Probably 8 is correct. I think I have a little bit too much food. And roughly 20 workers on food and 8 on gold, and then the rest on wood is probably good. If you go too naked without any on wood, then you don't have any production buildings, and if you ever get pushed or get harassed or anything, you can't build a tower, you can't build walls, you can't do anything. So pulling everything off wood is almost always a mistake, unless you know what you're doing, in my opinion. So yeah, just in general, 20-ish on food and 8 on gold, maybe 10 if you want to get your econ upgrades in. But as you can see, I'm about to hit the castle timing. It's not perfect, it could definitely be faster than this. I think you can get it before 8 minutes. But there you go. And then I kind of screw around trying to figure out where to build the white tower because I wanted to leave space for farms. But whatever, I could have built it at like 8:15-ish, right? Okay, so anyway, that's all you really need to see, right? Now, obviously, as I said earlier, you can adjust, you can build the barracks, you can build archery range, you can do whatever you need to do to defend if you need to. Against most civs, they'll probably want to punish you, to be honest. I mean, they might just straight up ram push you, in which case you need to make units. And depending on what you're facing, you'll either need to make spear longbow, or you need to make something like men-at-arm longbow. Or maybe even men-at-arm spear, depending on what you're facing. If you think their push will come later than 9 minutes, and you're confident that you can get your white tower up without being harassed off of it, so you put it right next to your TC or something, or maybe close to your second TC, then you can go for that. But you have to be confident, and you have to scout and make sure that that won't get punished. Because if you get punished, you probably straight up lose there. Because if you get pushed off the white tower and you have to cancel it, or if you lose a lot of workers trying to build it, then in the end it ends up not being worth it, and you'll probably lose anyway. Because it's not like English econ is that strong, even with 2 TC, until probably past 12 minutes, 15 minutes or so. So if you're going to take a lot of econ damage before that point, then it's not really worth it, in which case you should just try and defend in feudal. But that's the kind of thing you're going to have to play and figure out for yourself. So yeah, that's about it. Not much else needs to be said about this. Nothing has changed about the build, it's just the same, but I see a lot of people doing very, very unoptimal builds, and their TC is 30 seconds, 40 seconds late when it doesn't need to be, because the build is incredibly easy and anybody can do it. So just do it properly, and yeah, win more games as English, because it's pretty easy civ to play. It's just that the econ's very weak, that's all. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Peace.